Alright, what's up? I've been trying to make this video with the iPhone, and for some reason every time I press play it freezes, so hopefully this will work a little bit better. It may mean that the recording quality is kind of crappy, but anyway, it's Wednesday night, so of course I'm getting ready to go into the prison, and before I do that, I'm here in the supermarket parking lot making a video, and then I gotta get some cat litter, because my life is glamorous like that. Anyway, been a couple developments on the correspondence front, so I don't even know where to start. Let's see. First off, my buddy Lonnie, whose art I've featured in a couple of videos. Unfortunately, Lonnie got moved to it's not a Supermax, but it's pretty close to a Supermax apparently, because he was fighting. He got in a fight, and I don't know if he had a knife or not, but he's been transferred to a new facility. He has no access to his art supplies anymore. So he's kind of depressed about that. And, you know, I'm not going to preach to him and say, well, that's kind of your own damn fault. But it is his own damn fault. So I'm hoping that eventually he's going to earn those privileges back. He says he doesn't feel safe in the new prison because it's a lot tougher, and he says almost everyone has a knife. Like, they'll steal spoons from the dining hall and sharpen them or whatever. But so he's depressed about that, and I'm depressed about it too, because I really liked seeing his artwork. And I think his artwork was colorful and upbeat and happy, kind of like his personality is. And so that's going to be a big negative for him, is that he no longer has access to those. But other than that, at least he's out of the hole, because he really hated that. He was very lonely in the hole. Then my buddy Chris, and I have like 5 pen pals named Chris. So this is Chris from, I can't even say Chris in California because I've got 2 Chris's in California. This is Chris in the feds in California. Unfortunately, Chris has run afoul of the Aryan Brotherhood, which is a really, really, really scary, violent, dangerous, and huge prison gang that's throughout the U.S. They're in Central America, they're in South America, they're going over to Europe now. And despite their name, they're not actually a race-based gang. They have black members, they have Hispanic members, although most of them are white. But like with all gangs, what are gangs about? Gangs are about belonging. They're about making money through drugs, you know, smuggling, making, selling, and or contract killing, again for the money. So he has apparently run afoul of the AB because his cellie, which is like a roommate, cellmate, his cellie got challenged to a fight by a guy on their block who is like an informant for the AB, because I guess nobody on their block is actually a bona fide member, but they're paying this guy to kind of keep tabs on things. Anyway, the cellmate got challenged to a fight, and in this kind of an environment, you don't walk away from a fight unless you want to be known as a bitch. And bitch, by bitch, I mean somebody who's going to be seen as a weakling and a target for rape, theft, assault, all those things. So this cellmate, the cellie, felt obligated to go accept the invitation to fight in this other inmate's cell, and I guess Chris went along kind of as his second, like in a duel. And what neither one of them realized was that this was not going to be a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 fight. This was a 7-on-1 murder attempt. And so, in the fracas, Chris got involved, and he is now in protective custody for his own protection. I'm sure he got punished for that too, you know, for fighting, but the big danger is actually not from the prison this time, it's from the gang. So they're probably going to have to move him out of state. And I don't know if he realizes this though, but it's not going to change anything. Okay, this gang, if they want you dead, you're dead. And then they'll kill your family, and your pets, and your neighbors, and their pets. We're talking about a group of people who have no moral compass whatsoever. So I'm worried about him. I haven't heard from him in a little bit, so I just sent him another letter today, and I just hope and pray that somehow he's able to keep, you know, hunker down. But he has a lot of time left. He's in prison for unlawfully discharging a firearm and for armed robbery. So he's not a lifer, but he's got like 25 more years to go on his minimum. So he's got a lot of time to be thinking about avoiding this gang. So that sucks. That's the worst news. My Satanist pen pal, who asked me why I wrote him, so I actually told him, you know, the full version of, well, guess what, buddy? I'm here to try and save your eternal soul. I thought he wasn't going to write me anymore, because I thought maybe I got, you know, made him angry with my response. But the day after, I was telling my husband that I thought, oh, I'm not going to hear from him anymore. He sent me a card. So the weirdest thing about him is he always asks questions, and he asks for photos, and all of his letters are basically litanies of questions. And I do understand that. I do understand that, you know, being on death row, bear in mind, at San Quentin, the death row cells are 8 feet by 4 feet. So that's about the square footage of my station wagon. You know, they're cooped up like this. So I understand that he wants information from the outside, and I'm sensitive to that, trying to be sensitive to it. But it also allows him to give the impression that he's carrying on a conversation with you, when really what he's doing is he's not really giving anything, he's just taking. Which, for a Satanist, is behavior to be expected. And he sent me some more art, so if I think of it tonight after the prison, I'll show you what he sent me. I worry about this guy. I really do, because I really think that he believes that when he dies, he is going to enjoy some kind of position of honor in hell. You know, he wants to be Satan's right-hand man, and he doesn't understand that Satan is a fundamentally arrogant and egotistical, and that's how this whole thing got started. This whole battle in heaven got started because of pride. So Satan honors no one but himself. He doesn't get that. He doesn't want to get it. So what can I do? I'm going to try and treat him like a human being and pray about it a lot. And I would like you I'd like to invite you to join me there if you feel so inclined. A lot of prayer. Alright, anyway, it's hotter than balls. I'm going to go get cat litter, and then I got to go across the street to the big house. Hopefully no fights, nothing like that tonight. So anyway, I guess that's really all I've got for those of you playing along at home with my correspondence activities, and I will see you later. God be with you.